Are you not getting a whole lot of value out of your flow level data? Let's look at how AppLogic networks can help you with that. So telcos don't have any lack of data. We have OSS data, BSS data, OpenSignal data, RAN data, speed test data, topology data, demographics data, all kinds of data. One of those data sources is flow data. Flow data comes in the form of IPFix or NetFlow from a router or a gateway or a dedicated probe. That data is useful for some things. It's useful for planning teams to understand volumetrically, how is the network moving, where's the traffic going, which AS numbers, which links, what should I do about my CDNs, how do I scale my network. It's also useful for support errands like billing reconciliation when a subscriber calls in with a $600 bill from his trip to the Bahamas, and he says, I didn't even turn roaming on, it wasn't me. And then the support person can look through the flow data and hour by hour tell the guy what he was actually up to or the volumes that he was consuming. But there are a lot of questions that go unanswered with flow data. Just one example is marketing. Marketing cannot get answers to questions like, what are the most popular apps? What are the most popular games that are being played online? How many subscribers have more than 3 OTT video streaming apps, etc. And in order to understand why that is not answerable using flow data, we need to dig into what the flow data looks like. So let's do that. In the flow data, we have fields. We have start time. We have end time. We have subscriber ID, MSISDN or similar. We have volume in, volume out. We have destination IP, destination port, source IP, source port, IP protocol. Those are the basic things. And then if you're lucky, the source of the IPFix and NetFlow feed smart enough to understand TLS. And if it understands TLS, there's a good chance that it will produce server hostname from TLS, from the SNI header. And if you're really lucky, you will have a probe that understands QUIC as well. So then you can have the same SNI code, but from the QUIC header. That's it. So it's not hard to understand why just using these fields, you cannot tell what the most popular game is. Because how would you? Could you deduce from a server hostname or from an IP address using whois and DNS who the game vendor is or what the game is? Maybe in some cases. It's a lot of work. You'll find that in a lot of cases, the server hostname is either missing or it's very generic, like something at Cloudflare or something at AWS. And similarly for the IPs, it's hosted by Google Cloud, Azure, etc., and thus masking what the real application is. So what's missing from this is the app. And that's what AppLogic Networks brings to the picture. So we have app and app category as 2 new fields in this data. And now all of a sudden, the data becomes infinitely more useful for not just marketing, but churn analytics and operations centers, customer care executives. And it doesn't stop there. With AppLogic, you also get threat information. So we add information on whether this flow has an indicator of compromise. Is it a command and control flow for a spyware or a malware? And we also add geo-positioning. What lat and long, city, neighborhood, country, etc. does the destination IP and the source IP belong to. Bring all of this together, And all of a sudden now you have the best possible data to make your business decisions on. And that's how AppLogic networks make networks better.